and welcome to another Sunday Fun Day, Grace Kids at Home. Last week, we talked about faith and about how God has given us His faith, and we have all the faith we ever need inside of us. This week, we're going to talk about His love and all that He's given us because He loves us so much. Today, we're going to use these eggs to tell the story of God's great love. Using this first egg, in the beginning, we know that God created the world because of His great love. He had so much love to give and share. He created us, Adam and Eve. He didn't want to force Adam and Eve to love Him, so He created us with choice. In the garden, He created two trees. One tree was a tree of life that He did want Adam and Eve to be a part of. And there was another tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, that God didn't want them to be a part of. And He gave them a choice. They could choose His life, or they could choose their own knowledge of good and evil. They could choose to try to be more like Him on their own. And guess what? Adam and Eve chose their own knowledge of good and evil. They chose that instead of choosing life in God. And from that point on, life was hard for them, and they were separated from His love, and things were difficult. And no matter how hard we tried, just like Humpty Dumpty, we could never put all of the pieces back together again. Good thing is, God had a plan, and in that plan, He sent His Son in the form of a baby Jesus, kind of like at Christmas time, to come and live on earth for us. While He was here, there were people who loved Him and thought He was great, thought He was good. And there were people who thought He was evil. And to show that, the perfect day to show that is Palm Sunday. I don't know if you know that today is actually Palm Sunday. Have your mom and dads read that story to you. But on that day, there were people that waved palm branches and they welcomed Jesus into the city as the king. And there were other people who were plotting to kill Jesus. And that leads us to the ultimate tree, the cross. On the cross, Jesus died, and it might seem like a tree of death. And in a way it is, because our way of trying to be good had to die, and it died on the cross with Jesus. But the really good news is Jesus didn't just die. He rose again, and the tomb where He was laid after He died was empty. Because the tomb was empty, because He rose again to new life, He made a way for us to have new life in Him. He made a way for us to choose the tree of life. And just like the everlasting gobstopper, His love and His life are ours forever, for always, and no matter what. Today, you have the ability to choose God's life. You have the ability to choose His love. And we can do that together right now. You can say the words that I'm about to say. You can just repeat them after me, and you will have a new life and a new heart. So here we go. You ready? Dear Jesus, thank You so much for living on this earth and for dying on the cross and for rising again. Thank You that You've given me the ability to choose You. Thank You for loving me the way You do. I believe that You're there. I believe that You love me. And I believe that You're going to give me Your life forever, for always, and no matter what. Amen. Now, you have that new life in you, and I can't wait to see you next week.